Guys, Miss Boyce and Miss Dow and my child behind me. Again, hey. So today we are doing 8.3 day 2. So what we're doing with 8.3 day 2 with our standard form is now we're going to graph it. So we're going to find the vertex and we're going to use our 1A, 3A, 5A shortcut. So you'll feel like you guys are going to be great with this. Okay, so let's look at example A. Actually, I'm going to try and type this. I feel like maybe that could be a little bit better. Okay, so we know that A is 3, B is -6, and C is 5. So then we're going to do our opposite B. So opposite of B is 6 divided by, I'll do this one, divided by 2 times A. So, hold on, yep. So 2A is 3, so 2 times 3, right? So then we're going to say, okay, what is 6 divided by 2 times 3 is 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. And remember, that's your x value of your vertex. So let's just jot that down while we have it. Our vertex starts as 1. Okay, sorry guys. So the vertex is 1 comma. Let's plug in 1 to our original equation, right? So when we do that, we get 3 times 1 squared plus minus 6 times 1 plus 5, and you're going to get 2 there. So let's make sure you get 2 in your calculators, and you do. You get vertex is 1 comma 2. So let's graph that. 1, 2 goes up here. Right? Okay, great. And then let's talk about our 1A, 3A, 5A shortcut. So let's write our shortcut down here is 1A, 3A, 5A. And I feel like we've had a little bit of practice with this. So let's see if we can do that. Our A, again, remember, is 3. So we're doing 1 times 3, 3 times 3, and 5 times 3. It looks like we're going to get big numbers, so we probably don't have to graph them all. So we're going to get 3, 9, and 15. So again, we're actually only going to graph the up 3 over 1. Remember that it's up 3 over 1 only. Up, okay, hold on 1 second. So we're going up 3 over 1, okay? And then remember, we have to do the same exact thing to the other side. So we're going up 3 over 1, but to the left, okay? And then you're going to, Mr. Boyce is laughing at me in the background, so that's fun. There's your parabola. Of course, you know it's supposed to look like a U, not a squiggly U. And let's describe the domain and range because we know how to do that as well. Let's go back to domain and range. Our domain, easy peasy, are all real numbers, right? Yeah, all reals. Actually, yeah, here we go. Remember, this is that's our symbol, right, for all reals. And then we're going to write our range. And our range, because our graph opens up, right, we know that our y is going to be greater than or equal to, and what is the y value of this vertex? Here it is. The y value is 2, so it has to be y is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so we're doing kind of, we're kind of just putting everything together, okay? So for letter B, let's do the same thing. Let's identify what A equals, B equals, and C equals. So A is -5, B is -10, and C is -2, okay? Okay, so we're going to do opposite B over 2A, of course, for our vertex, for our x value of our vertex. So the opposite of B would be a +10, all divided by 2A, which would be 2 times -5. And that would get us 10 divided by -10, we would get a -1. And remember, that is our x value, okay? So again, let's just write that down while we can, so we know it. So our vertex is -1. And then remember, what do? We plug that -1 back into our x's up here. And when you do that, you should get, you guys double check, make sure I'm doing it right. You should get 3. So -1, 3. -1, 3 is your vertex. So let's graph that. There we go. Okay, now let's just make sure we know what our graph is supposed to look like. Our graph we know is going to open down. Why? Because our first number, our A, is negative. Okay, sorry. So let's go back to our shortcut. Shortcut is, again, our 1A, 3A, 5A. And we're going to do 1 times, in this case, remember, our A is -5. So 1 times -5. 3 times -5, we're going to have big numbers here again. And 5, -5. Okay, so we get -5, -15, and -25. Of course, we're not graphing those. We're just going to graph the -5 because that's what's going to fit on our graph. Okay, so from that vertex, we go down 5 because -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right 1. And of course, we do the same thing on the other side of the vertex. So down 5 to the left 1. Great. And that's good because now our graph opens down. There's 1. It's going to be pretty skinny because our A is 5, right? Our A is -5. And let's do our domain and range again. Okay. So our domain is, of course, all real numbers. ARN. And our range, well, now because our graph is opening down, it's going to be y is less than or equal to, right? Y is less than or equal to. And again, what's the y value of our vertex? The y value of our vertex, right, is, here it is, 3. So you're going to use y is less than or equal to 3. Okay? So those are our examples, and that's how we graph. And again, we're putting everything together. So we're graphing, starting out with our vertex, and then our 1A, 3A, 5 shortcut, and then we're describing the domain and range. And the last little part of this is the vertex a maximum or minimum? Okay, so when you graph, right, take a look. Your vertex, I'm going to do it in a different color, is, for letter A, your vertex is the lowest point on the graph, making it a minimum value. Minimum value. So the vertex is a minimum. Minimum. That's what we're going to ask you to answer. And what is the minimum value? The minimum value is just the y value of the vertex. So your minimum value in this case would be 2. Same thing over here. Now, well, not exactly the same thing, because now your vertex is the highest point on the graph because it opens down, right? So we're going to call that our maximum. Maximum. Good. And then our maximum value, same thing here, is going to be the y value of the vertex. So in this case, the y value of the vertex is 3. So the maximum value is 3. How do we do there? Good? Okay. So come back to this if you need to when you're trying the tries. I'm going to flip to the tries. Don't look. Oh, you're looking. Try it yourself, and then let's see what you got. Okay, pause it, try it, and we'll come back to you. Okay, so for number 3 try, this is what your graph should look like. This is your shortcut. Oh, hello, sorry. Domain is all real numbers. Your range is y is it less than or equal to 3? Because why? Go ahead, you can answer. I hear you. Just kidding. Y is less than or equal to 3 because it opens down. It's a maximum, so therefore it's a maximum. And sorry, I just didn't add the maximum value. So the maximum value, right? Maximum value would be what's your y value of your vertex. In this case, it's 3 again. Okay. And then let's do the number 4 together. Number 4, you should have gotten, your vertex is 4. Hold on. Your vertex, we should have gotten was 4, -9. Let's graph that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, -9 is all the way down here. All right. And I do know I'm opening up. I know my shortcut. Hold on. Nope. My shortcut is 1 times 1, 3 times 1, and 5 times 1. That's because A is 1. So we are going to move up 1 over 1, move up 3 over 1, and move up 5 over 1. Okay, so let's go back to our graph. So we're going to go up 1 over 1, and up from that point, my new point, up 3 to the right 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right one. And of course, whatever we do on the right, let's do to the left so that it looks the same. And so that we can graph. Ooh, I think that was my best U yet, guys. So we can graph our U, right? Okay, so now let's talk about our domain and range. Our domain is, of course, all real numbers. And our range is what? Y is greater than or equal to, and our Y value, the Y value of our vertex is -9. So our Y is greater than or equal to -9. We know that this is a minimum value because it opens up, because the graph opens up. So this vertex is the lowest point on the graph. And, oh, no, I can't write there. And I'm right here. Our minimum value, oh, for goodness sakes, people, here we go. Our minimum value would have to be the Y value of the vertex again, which is -9. Okay, so those are your tries. You did great. And now we're going to ask you for a video check-in. All right. Have a great one, my crazies, party people. All right. See you guys.